We are this close to the end of the semester. And so we're going to start talking now about the final. Because this is a online course, it has to have one proctored test. The only test we have is the final, so the final is proctored. Proctored means you have to be supervised, okay? That means you have to go to the testing center. You can go to the one on the Union campus. You can go to the one on the Rolla campus. Doesn't make any difference, but you have to go to a testing center. The final, because of that, you have a pretty good size final window. You've got from Tuesday, November 23rd to Tuesday, December 9th. All right. I added a couple of extra days in there because Thanksgiving falls in there and the testing center won't be open on those days. The final review is already posted. Make sure you go over it. I guarantee you, every single student I've had who has not bothered to go through the final review has done a horrible job. If you go through the final review, you can ace it because the final review is just like the final. The only difference is the images you see on the final review and the images you see on the final will be different. These are exactly the same. So if you can answer them for the ones in the review, you can answer the ones for the final itself. When you go to the your info sheet in the module, has all the information, has the times for the testing centers. You can take one 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, the front and back, and you can take that for a cheat sheet. If you did not do well on the formal analysis, then you need to double check my remarks, make those notes, and understand how that is going to feed into the final. All right. Those terms are very important. If you do not use those terms correctly, you're going to lose points. Okay. Now, there's also a take-home question. Question 5 on the review is a take-home question. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you can go ahead and start on that now if you want to, but you can upload that in that same testing frame. Just make sure that that is turned in before 11:59 on December 9th. Okay. Let's see. The testing window is firm. Okay. You are going to be working with electronic. Whether you go to the testing center, it's going to be an online test. If we do an online proctoring, it's going to be online. I cannot stress this enough. You cannot count on the technology to always be there when you want it to be there. If you go to the testing center on the very last day and for some reason the internet is down, I can't help you. Okay. Please don't wait until the last minute. There's no point for that. You've got a nice big 2-week window. Try to get it done as early as you can. Okay. Better to be safe than sorry. I had a student last semester or the semester before who went to the testing center on the very last day and the internet was down. There's nothing I can do about that. My requirements are that last day is the last day. No changes. Can't do anything about it. If you don't get that final taken by that time, then you have a 0. That's all I can do. You cannot expect me in the middle of the night that it's the last day and expect me to help you with some computer issue. Can't do it. So I would strongly suggest that you get your reviewing done and then you make arrangements to take the final as soon as you possibly can. Get it out of the way. That way we know if something happens, you've got time to redo it or whatever. Please, please, please do me that favor, okay? Every single semester, I have somebody who on the last day is crying to me because they couldn't get the final taken, and I can't do anything about that, okay? I think that's pretty much everything. Again, make sure you understand the terminology. Um, read through that final review, take it seriously, understand the terminology, and answer each question thoroughly. Half-hearted questions will receive half-hearted grades. The terminology in questions 2 and 3 are really, 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 really important. So make sure you understand what those terms are. If you have to, make those terms part of your cheat sheet. Okay. Again, your question 5 is a take-home question. It is uploaded to a separate thing, and it has to be turned in by 11:59 of that final day. Make sure that you are uploading it in a format that I can open. Sometimes I've received assignments, I can't open them. So make sure that you send them in Word. If you send them in Google, I may or may not be able to open them because sometimes I have to have permission from you. So I strongly suggest you put it in some sort of a Word document, or if you're going to do it in Google, turn it into a PDF and turn it in that way. If you have questions on any of it, talk to me before the testing window opens, okay? And we will work with it that way. Now, I know that there's a couple of you that live pretty far away from a testing center. So in that case, or you're still in high school, in that case, I need you to contact me and we're going to work something out, okay? We can do an online proctoring. I cannot do an online proctoring for everyone. You have to have a legitimate excuse, right? You don't live close to it, to a testing center. You're still in high school. You can't get to a testing center. Okay. Just because you don't want to go to the testing center is not a legitimate excuse. All right. If you have any questions, please, 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 please ask me early. Let's try to get things taken care of. Make sure that you work your schedule so you can get the test taken as soon as you can, because you just never know when something could happen. And while technology is a wonderful thing, it's only wonderful when it works. So technology goes down sometimes. So anything else I can do to help you, please let me know. I will work with you as much as I can. But remember that testing window will not change. Now, one other thing I do want to throw in there is you should have received an email or something that pops up in Canvas on your homepage that talks about a course survey. And that course survey, if you will take it, and if you will take a screenshot of the confirmation that you did that, and you upload it to that bonus, I'll give you 25 bonus points. Okay? So let's muddle through the rest of the semester. We've still got another pretty decent chapter to be working with on ethics, and you have an ethics report that will be due in that too, which is really, I mean, the information's pretty interesting. So, if you have any other questions, make sure you let me know ahead of time, and make sure that you start looking through the final review and understand what's going on with it.